Hello, grade 7. So today we will be doing your chapter number 15, which is natural environment, hydrosphere, the realm of water. So we all know that we can't live without water, and it is essential, very essential element for all of us. It's in abundance, but uh, most of it is saline water. It's not for us. We can't have it. We can't drink it. We can't use it in irrigation. We can't use while cooking. So nearly 71% of the Earth's surface is under water. The realm of water is known as hydrosphere. Water bodies include oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, ice fields, and glaciers, etc. However, most of the water on the Earth is in the forms of ocean and seas and being saline. It's not for our purposes. Fresh water is contained in rivers, ice fields, lakes, ponds, and glaciers. So what is water cycle? Water moves from the ocean to the atmosphere and from there to the land and back to the ocean. So from the ocean, it goes up, forms the cloud, then comes in the form of rain, and then in the rivers, and then goes back into the ocean. So this is water cycle. So what happens actually? The sun rays falling on the oceanic water causes evaporation, which changes water into vapors. So these vapors, when they reach into the atmosphere where condensation takes place, so the condensation process converts water vapor into tiny droplets, which we have already learned in the last class. So these water droplets, they float into the air and form the cloud. So when these water droplets, they grow in the size and unable to hold in the air, they fall on the ground in the form of rain or snow. So the rainwater flows on the ground as runoff and reaches rivers or streams, which discharge into the sea or ocean. So some water gets accumulated in ponds and lakes. Water also seeps into the ground surface, which is known as groundwater. Plants use groundwater through their roots and return water vapor to the air through their leaves. So this process is called transpiration. Distribution of water bodies. We have already learned in the previous chapter that they are made of major 5 oceans. These are the names. The seas are smaller in size as comparison to ocean, Mediterranean seas, and these are the famous example of seas. Now beside the seas, there are bays and gulfs. So these are the examples of bays and gulfs. Now oceanic water we'll talk about. So earlier we have already read about it, that it's a saline water and everything. We'll further read about it. So though it's a saline water, still it has a major role in our life because they provide us food in the form of fish and other organisms. For centuries, they have been used for trade and transport between countries and continents. They're the cheapest means of transport. They have great potential for generating electricity from waves and tides. However, their water, being saline, is of little use for domestic and industrial purpose or in consumption and for irrigation. Salinity. The water of ocean and sea is saline because it has sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, and other saline minerals. The salinity of oceans and seas is determined by the amount of salts dissolved in every 1,000 grams of water. The salinity is usually expressed in parts of per thousand. The average salinity of oceans is 35 per 1,000. That is 35 grams of salt per 1,000 gram of water. The amount of salinity differs from place to place, mainly dependent on the rate of evaporation and precipitation movement of other ocean water and mixing of fresh water from the rivers, because ultimately river water goes into the ocean only. The arid region with high temperature and high rate of evaporation, the salinity of ocean is very high. The Dead Sea has a salinity higher than 240 per 1,000. In humid equatorial region, which receive a lot of conventional rays, the salinity is low. Fresh water, when it is added by the rivers, it lowers the salinity. Motion of oceanic water. So there are 3 types of ocean movements: waves, tides, and currents. What are waves? They are ripples in marine water. They are caused by winds blowing over the sea and ocean. The height and length of the sea waves depend on the wind velocity. Strong wind produce high waves. During the storm, waves are stronger and higher. Mild winds create a calm sea. Tsunamis are huge waves produced by submarine volcanic eruptions, earthquake, landslides, and slumping. The biggest tsunami ever recorded was an 85-meter high wave which struck Japan in 1771. So this is a case study of tsunami when it hit India and everything happened. Just go through it. What are tides? The phenomena of alternative rise and fall of seawater at regular intervals daily is known as tide. The rising sea level is known as high tide, while the falling level is known as low tide. Tides are caused by gravitational pull of the moon and the sun on the earth. The attraction of the moon is stronger because it is closer to the earth than the sun. When the sun, moon, and the earth are in a straight line on full moon and new moon, high tides are higher than usual and lower tides are lower than usual. Such tides are called spring tides. And on the other hand, see, we have the example of spring tide also. And we have the example of neap tide also. We'll read about it. When the sun and the moon with respect to the earth are in the right angle, see, straight. The high tides are lower than usual because of the divided pull of the sun and the moon. So these are called neap tides. Tides are very useful for us. High tides allow big ships to enter or leave harbors safely. Reverse ports like Kolkata, London, etc. particularly benefit from high tides. The movement of tides waters carry away the deposits of sand, mud, etc. from the mouth of the river. During winter, the seawater during high tides prevents harbors from freezing. High tides also are useful for generating electricity. We'll talk about ocean currents now. There are two types of currents. Okay, in general, movement of huge mass of oceanic water in a definite directions. So they have a definite directions where the oceanic water moves. It is similar to river flowing on the land surface. At some place, certain water masses move at slower speed. These are called drifts. See, the red ones are the warm currents and the blue ones are the cold currents. So this is how this moves. This is the direction. This is how they move. They move like this, they move like this. The red ones are the warmest one and the blue ones are the colder ones. So ocean currents are caused by a number of factors. Planetary winds, difference in temperature and salinity of the water and the shape of continents, which modify the course of ocean currents. Due to the rotation of the earth, currents in the northern hemisphere get deflected to the right of their paths, while in the summer they are deflected to their left. There are two types of ocean currents, warm and cold. Warm currents move from the tropical region towards higher latitudes, while cold current moves from the middle and higher latitudes toward the tropics. Generally, warm currents flow along the eastern coast of the continents, while cold currents flow along their western coasts. Effect of ocean currents. Ocean currents influence the climate of the coastal regions in a big way. Winds blowing from a sea carry the influence of currents in the interior parts of the continent. Cold currents make a place colder, while the warm currents make a place warmer. Wind blow over warm currents bring rain, while those blowing over the cold currents remain cold and dry. Ocean currents also influence maritime activities like fishing, navigation, and trade. Ocean currents influence the location of fishing grounds because the place where warm and cold currents meet are rich in plankton, tiny organisms, which are a source of food for fish. Newfoundland along the eastern coast of North America is a famous fishing ground where the warm Gulf streams meet the cold Labrador current. Ocean currents help navigation a lot because ships can sail easily along with the current. Therefore, ships generally sail with the current. However, sometimes ocean currents cause problem for shipping when fog created by mixing of warm and cold reduces the visibility. This is all about the chapter. Go through it, read it once again. Thank you so much.